Guys! Holy heck! I didn't expect to be making this video. You didn't expect me to be making this video. I know today has been a full day already, but man, I could not wait on this because I think this is just ridiculous. And it's just amazing how these two things converged. So, we just got done talking about 587, and nothing has really changed in terms of that. The auction's still happening, everything I said is true. I think, Kentucky's team's gonna take care of things, and it's all gonna be hunky-dory, but I was approached by an anonymous source, who it will remain anonymous, but they've told me who the former anonymous owner of 587 was. And it's a name that at first threw me for a loop because I knew I had seen it before. Now mind you, since this is coming from an anonymous source, I believe it, but it's alleged. So, I just want to clarify. But the name of the person who owned 587 was Noah McAn. Now, as I said, that name sounded familiar to myself and to you, and there's a very good reason for that, because do you remember nearly a year ago now, I made a video about Blackwell Northern Gateway Railroad and how they were going through some friggin' issues because one of their owners, Noah McAn, was screwing around. It's the same guy. Yeah. The owner of 587, the anonymous one, who didn't want anyone to know who he was, is Noah McAn. The same Noah McAn who was running his railway with all the tact and ability of a toddler. The same Noah McAn who was allowing unlicensed children to drive his locomotives on the railway, unsupervised in many cases. The same Noah McAn who he himself wasn't actually licensed to drive any of the equipment on the railway. The same Noah McAn who was accused of allegedly being involved with a 15-year-old girl while he was in his early 30s during the time this whole railway fiasco was going down. That Noah McAn. I, for one, did not see any of this coming, but in terms of me being highly suspicious of said anonymous owner of 587, I believe this clip sums up my current mood. So anyway, what does that change with 587? Well, basically nothing, although it is worth mentioning that my source went on to explain that the major reason why they had to file the lawsuit and do the auction in the first place is that Noah basically dropped off the map. They couldn't get in touch with him. He wasn't communicating whatsoever. I'm going to guess that he went into hiding because of the massive fallout after the Blackwell thing. And maybe he's just like, I'm gonna pretend like I don't exist and maybe everyone will go away. With the whole child grooming allegations and all of that. And plus, if it was found out that he had screwed up running Blackwell this badly, and everyone learned he owned a piece of heritage steam equipment, this is very, very Jensen. Except I can't even say that, because at least Jensen, for all his flaws, never groomed any children! Allegedly. I still have to say that because it's never been proven in a court of law, but still the point is, what the heck is happening here? The pictures in the background, by the way, are near current as to 587's state, and while she is in pieces, outside of the running gear being rusty beyond relative comprehension, she's not looking bad, all things considered. I mean, I've seen way worse in many aspects, so I think whoever gets a hold of her might actually at least be able to get her up for static exhibit, hopefully back under steam, and really hopefully not named Noah McAn. Oh, and while we're on the subject, an update regarding Blackwell, that's still a mess actually. See, not long after I made my video about it, Rock Island Rail, the Class 3 railroad that wound up owning the name Rock Island not necessarily affiliated with the original Rock Island Railroad, but using the name as a bit of a throwback, well, they actually got a hold of the line. But their lease was terminated roughly 6 months after that, and according to the Oklahoma Department of Transportation, well, they accuse Rock Island of making absolutely no effort to actually rehabilitate Blackwell at all. And as of the most recent news, they're still trying to find someone to actually run that line properly, or at all. So yeah, that's still a thing that's obviously not fun to deal with, and yeah, but seriously, I'm just blown away. Like, these are two completely isolated videos on my part, and yet they both involve the same dude, who managed to both completely screw up running an actual railway, and who decided to just not at all pay storage fees on a heritage piece of steam equipment. Both situations could have easily ended up in disaster in a variety of ways, but we were saved by dumb luck in the case of Blackwell, as well as the feds getting involved in shutting the whole thing down. And in 587's case, it's because she was already in a place where steam heritage is important to everyone that surrounds her. Kentucky Steam is looking to save her, making sure to save her, and once again, according to my anonymous source, and thank you very much for all this information because this is absolutely insane, they have to put up a 30-day auction in order to claim ownership of the equipment, which basically seems to translate to, if they don't find a decent buyer, they might actually keep her there, which either way, she'd be safe. So, I think 587 is gonna be okay. As for Noah McAn, seriously, wow. Stop talking to kids and pay your bills, man.